Hi folks, welcome back to GP Reactions. I hope you're well. Hope you're having a great evening. And it's now what's the time? Bloody hell! It's about 10 past 10. I usually do reactions if I'm doing them on an evening about sort of 7 p.m. But I have just taken myself out to what we call in the UK a badger clinic. It's nothing to do with animals, but it is a out of hours doctors. I've got like a bit of a pain in my abdomen, and fortunately, I don't think it's appendicitis or anything like that. So hopefully, it won't explode while I'm making this YouTube video. But anyway, it's a bit annoying, and because it's a really hot night anyway, and I thought I really wanted to do some reactions tonight. But I was eventually convinced by friends to make an appointment with his badger clinic and get out there and just kind of get checked over. Still don't really kind of know what the pain is that I've got, but hopefully it's nothing terminal. So if you don't hear from me for the next 5 years, then that probably answers all the questions tonight. That said, I'm glad to be doing a reaction now, and I just wanted to thank everybody that had subscribed. For some reason, I think I may have just swallowed a fly as well. So yeah, just a big thank you to everybody that has subscribed and commented, suggested music to listen to, and helped me out with buy me a coffee. It really kind of like just enforces, that I am maybe doing a few videos um, right, because it's just such a nice to have somebody donate to buy me a coffee, and yeah, it's just really nice. And I love what I'm doing anyway. And when I first started this YouTube channel, I wasn't sure whether because somebody very early on they did a tutorial video, and they said what you need to do is follow the algorithms and pick out the most popular music and go with that. And that just didn't sit right with me. So really with this channel, I will listen to if anything. It could be songs by groups I know, but the songs I don't know. It could be just brand new songs like the one I'm about to react to. Just anything really, and anything that really interests me, because I think I lost my love of music in the early 90s. I regained it a little bit in the mid 90s in Britpop, and a little bit more at the end of the 90s into the noughties. And yeah, that's the way it's kind of been. I've sort of dipped in and out of music, so the whole swathes, years of music that maybe I've heard them in passing, but most of the stuff I've reacted to on this channel I actually haven't heard, and the ones that I do hear, I have heard. I usually, will admit to that, because you can't really kind of lie your way through a lot of the tracks, especially when it's obvious that you've heard them. And I'm always like to be upfront with what I know and what I don't know. And absolutely, this is a song I've never heard of from a band I've never heard of. And the band in question is called Stick in a Wheel. This was a suggestion, and the song is called it's called Villon Song. It's Villon song. Whether villain is a derivative of the word villain, as in criminal, I'm not sure. The only thing I kind of like note about this song is that it may be in an oldie worldy language, so that's why I'm thinking villain is probably villain. Anyway, so this is taken from the album Endurance Soundly Caged from December 2022. It's described as progressive folk, which yeah, I guess, I mean, Renaissance was probably progressive rock folk, but um, as this is very modern, it could be something completely new and interesting. We have Nicola Kearney on vocals and Ian Carter, undisclosed. So I'm sure that all the other instruments are by Ian Carter, and this was written by both of them. So I really hope. I think this might be a video, so I'm really hoping that this video doesn't get blocked. And I think the person that suggested this, I won't mention the names. I wouldn't. A lot of people mention the names of people that recommend music, but I think it's for me. I'd like to keep the names, out of it, and obviously they'll message if it was them, if they're happy to do that. But some people just like to hear you react to music that they know, and absolutely, this was one that was suggested, and it was suggested that interesting lyrics. So whether that means they're offensive or anything, I do not know. But I've probably listened to a few tracks now which have vaguely offensive lyrics, depending on how your ears are to these things. Anyway, enough rabbiting. And without further ado, this is Stick in a Wheel with Villon song.
Suppose you screeve or go cheap jack or fake the boards or fix a nag or thimble rig or nip a yak or pitch a snide or smash a rag. Suppose you duff or nose and lag or get the straight and land your pot. How'd you melt the multi-swag? Boozing the blowens, cop the lot. Boozing the blowens, cop the lot. Fiddle or fence or mace or mac or moss canoe or flash a drag. They'd lurk a crib or do a crack. Pad of a slang or chuck a mag. Bonnet or tout or mump and gag. Rattle the tats or mark the spot. You cannot bank a single stag. The booze and the blowens cop the lot. Booze and the blowens cop the lot. Suppose you try a different tack and on the square you flash your flag. A penny a line and make you whack or with the mummers mug and gag. For nix, so dibs your bag at any graft, no matter what. Your merry goblin soon bag. Booze and the blowens cop the lot. Booze and the blowens cop the lot. It's up the spout and Charlie wag with wipes and tickers and whatnot until the squeezer nips your scrag. Booze and the blowens cop the lot. Booze and the blowens.
Man, I'll tell you, this is a fever dream, bordering on like a nightmare scenario. I'm really enjoying it. But it was just something really out there with it. This is kind of what I would imagine. I mean, I've been ill once or twice, really, really ill, and when I was young, I think I had chicken pox and that. I had a bit of a fever with that. But then when I had glandular fever, I was hallucinating stuff, and this would have been perfect to hallucinate to. It's really, really interesting. It does feel like she's using language which, whether she's made it up or not, it feels like your old "call blimey, govern, save me, God forbid" type language from Harry Enfield. But it's actually quite cool as well. I love stuff like this. It's so different. It's really, really different. I'm gonna have a look at the lyrics afterwards and see if I can figure anything out. At the moment, it just kind of seems like really out there, and that's only because I can't, I can't understand the lyrics, but I'm loving the pace of it as well. It kind of has it has a lock, stock, and two smoking barrels feeling about it. I don't know why I say that. I was watching that movie the other night, and I could imagine her voice being in that film for some reason.
Cop the lot. Booze and the blowens cop the lot. Suppose you screeve or go cheap jack or fake the boards or fix a nag or thimble rig or nap a yak or pitch a snide or smash a rag. Suppose you duff or nose and lag or get the straight and land your pot. How'd you melt the multi-swag? Booze and the blowens cop the lot. Booze and the blowens cop the lot. Fiddle or fence or mace or mac or moskino or flash a drag. They'd lurk a crib or do a crack. Pad of a slang or chuck a mag. Bonnet or tout or mump and gag. Rattle the tats or mark the spot. You cannot bank a single stag. Booze and the blowens will cop the lot. Booze and the blowens cop the lot. Suppose you try a different tack and on the square you flash your flag. A penny a line and make make you whack, or with the mummers mug and gag. For nix, a dibs your bag at any graft, no matter what. Your merry goblin seems to rag. Boozing the blowens, cop the lot. Boozing the blowens, cop the lot. It's up the spout and Charlie Wag with wipes and tickers and whatnot, until the squeezer nips your scrag. Boozing the blowens, cop the lot. Boozing the blowens, cop the lot.
Lord, that was Sticking a Wheel, the Villain song. That was really good, and I can't. I'm trying to think of a way to describe it. It was it okay. So assuming that Villain is Villain, that this song is basically a combination of phrases and words, um, maybe Old English, maybe Cockney, that are describing various acts of villainy. Then the relentlessness of the percussion and beat, it's like, that constant having to be on the move if you're a villain, having to be on the go, having to have one hustle after another, one crime after another just to keep going. It kind of feels like that, a crime wave to a beat. Yeah, it's absolutely wonderful. I'm going to dive straight into lyrics. I loved there was like a reverb bit at the end, which was really, really interesting. Again, it was, it felt like it was there to make you feel a little, even more uncomfortable. But the words themselves were, it felt like a bit of a mantra, a very sort of sinister mantra. So, it just kind of painted that picture of a very dark London back streets, barely lit, lots of people committing crime, dangerous place to walk. All of those things kind of spring into mind with that, that fast kind of like jive um, language, that would maybe, I suppose, unnerve someone, or kind of put them at an uncomfortable odds, if you like. Um, Gosh, yeah, it's. Let's get straight to the lyrics. Uh, um, okay, I'm gonna have a go at this, but if there's anything that kind of like jumps out at me, then I'll try and see if I can decipher it. I got a feeling I'd need some sort of old English dictionary. Suppose you screeve or go cheap jack. Cheap jack? Does that mean cut corners? Or fake the broads? Or nag? Figure nag? No. Or thimble rig? Or nappy yak? Or pitcher snide? Snide? Is that like a grass or something? Pitcher snide? Or smash a rag? No. Um, Suppose you duff or nose and lag, or get the straight and land your pot. Get the straight. Does that mean like go straight? How'd you melt the multi swag? Okay, maybe that's just getting rid of your loot. Booze the blowens, cop the lots. Booze the blowens, cop the lot. Fiddle or fence or mace or mac. It's got a lovely rhythm to it, even when you just read it out. Or moskeneer or flush the drag. Dead lurk a crib or do a crack. Pad with a slang or chug a mag. Bonnet or tout or mump and gag. Rattle the tats and mark the spot. Rattle the tats or mark the spot. Is that like putting a mark against something that as a potential target for crime, theft maybe? You cannot bank a single stag. Booze and blow-ins cop the lot. As like they repeated that phrase. Suppose you try a different tack. Okay, a different method. And and on the square you flash your flag. That penny a lining make your whack, or with a mummer's mug and gag. I don't know. It sounds like methods of making scraping a living. For nix, the dibs you bag knickknacks. Any graft, no matter what, your merry goblins soon stravag. Booze the blowings cop the lot. It's up the spout and Charlie Wag. Charlie Wag up the spout. That kind of almost feels that does feel like Cockney rhyme slang. Charlie Wag bag, um, mag bag with wipes and tickers and whatnot until the squeezer nips your scrag. Squeeze and nips your scrag. It's exactly being caught by the police. Boozed. I'd see. I don't know how far this goes back. It could be. It might not even be police. It might be before that. What an interesting song. I really enjoyed that. I have no more to say on that. Her voice was really, really interesting. I'm gonna have to listen to maybe something else just to see if there's a variation. I remember when Genesis did "Robbery, Assault and Battery." It's one of the few Genesis songs I actually listened to when I was younger. My brother used to play a lot, which is why I've never reacted to it. And Phil Collins did this. He sort of properly did I don't know, a villainous Cockney accent, if you like. And yeah, it does affect the song to quite a degree, and I really enjoyed that because it felt like a bit of theatre in the song. And this just felt really dark, and the video was just something out of a horror film that was really, really scary. But I guess it just kind of fitted in with the pace of it, the darkness of it, the discombobulating language that's been used. That was excellent. That was really fantastic, and I really hope this doesn't get blocked. So, folks, if you enjoy that, if you found it strange, I, like I did about 30 seconds in, yeah, just let me know. Join me in the comments. Tell me what you think, and if it is you who um, suggested this, then I would love to hear a comment from you. But if not, that's fine. I'm glad that you suggested this. I thought it was going to be a bit more. See, I don't know if any of this is swearing, but I thought it was going to be a bit more full on, kind of I don't know, dodgy language or something. But I've heard a lot worse on his channel. And it was actually delightful to listen to um, incomprehensible words and phrases that might have to adopt a few of these because the call blimey, God save me, God forbid, is getting a little bit tired now. And I love to adopt little bits of language that I hear on television and in if it's old or if it's what was that one off of Walking Dead? Pitch kettled. That was a phrase that I heard on The Walking Dead from the King Ezekiel. If you haven't seen The Walking Dead, that means nothing to you. But yeah, Jerry, you're a faithful servant, but your words leave me pitch kettled. And if you if you drink from the well, you replenish the well. I love little things like that. I kind of throw them into conversations, and I feel a bit stupid afterwards because you don't mean anything to the people that you tell them to. Okay, that's it. That's enough from me on this one, and I hope you folks have a good evening. And I hope I don't expire before tomorrow because I need to kind of pop down to doctors and I don't know, make some appointments. I've been told to get myself further checked out. I think I'm just getting old. That's what it is. I'm just getting a little bit old. And yeah. So, yeah, till next time, take care.